Okay, I think we're live for a long time now. I'll get back to Django again. Let's do like another hour and then call it a day, I guess. I don't know. It's Thodi. It's Thodi. Let's Thodi. I don't know what I was doing with that. Page 17. TK. In this chapter, we will build our third project, a company website, while learning about templates, introducing class-based reviews. Class-based reviews. More templates. Integrating more advanced testing. Where's my water? Turn to the database and Django models. So there's a chance to reinforce our past learnings and explore what the other three parts, what the three other parts of Django, views, URLs and templates can do. Confusing, okay. ये three other मतलब उसमें models नहीं है क्या अभी? Our initial setup should start to feel similar now, yeah. अरे यार हर बार तुम लोग नया प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे हो यार मतलब deactivate to leave it. Did I commit everything? Oh, I did. The command line ensure you're not working in big deal. यार यहाँ पे ये like this textbook is not following its own principle of do it yourself. Not do it yourself. Don't repeat yourself. Sorry. हर बार प्रोजेक्ट नया बनाने की क्या ज़रूरत है? We previously saw that Django expects project level templates. Template files expects template files to be located within an app in a directory called templates, and that it was a best practice to namespace this further by adding the directory name again. In other words, yeah. However, many Django developers favor another approach, creating a single project level templates directory, placing all templates in it. This makes finding and updating all the templates in one location easier. Tweaking a settings file, we can also tell Django to look in this directory for templates. First, yeah. Next, we need to update Django project settings.py to tell Django where our new templates directory is. This line requires a one line change to the dirs folder configuration under templates. Is there a dirs anywhere? Okay, templates. We'll use that approach to organizing templates for the rest of the book. We'll use that approach to organizing templates. Create a new file called home.html within the same templates directory. Templates. Next, we need to update Django project settings to tell. Okay. For directory for template, but you can add more directories if you want. We'll use that approach to organizing templates. Template is complete. Next step is to configure a URL and view files. This is views under pages. I think उसने बनाया pages खुद से. हाँ, home page view. Fine. Okay, this time we are giving off home.html. home.html. Next are the views. What? Next are the views. अभी तो view लिखा हमने. Okay. Next are the views, both the project level URLs file, the website entry point, and the apps. For the home page. Right, ये है वहाँ पे अभी. Right, I think this is also done. Company home page. I think I have this on. How do I? Okay, I think I know what to do now. That thing got committed, so we can now properly add it to get ignored. db get ignore वाला change डालो, nothing else, right? Delete क्यों नहीं हुआ वैसे? Okay, it was not, never mind. I didn't migrate. Change nothing, so that's fine. Fine. There is nothing. Views. I'm on the about page, bro. Company homepage. I'm so booked up. Template context has a dictionary structure. Dictionary structure of keys and values, right? For demonstration purposes, we can add two inventory list of three, an inventory list of three widgets, and a greeting text string that deliberately mixes up upper and lower letters. That deliberately mixes up upper and lowercase letters. Current year time is Professional Django developer. Generic function based views introduced in. अरे यार क्या गलती कर रहे हो यार ये लोग. Function based, no then. No, it's difficult to understand what this guy is saying, huh? I'll be honest. Generic function based views were introduced early in Django's development to start common patterns and avoid code duplication. Okay, wait, huh? Generic function based cues. Common patterns, avoid code duplication. Examples include write a view that displays a single template as we have just done here. Is all objects in a database model. Displays only one detailed item from a model. Then you customize them. As projects grow, becomes more and more of an issue. Django added class based. Okay. So there's function based, there's generic function based, which is something I'm not really going to use in a production environment. And there's class based, and then there's generic class based views. which I might be able to use. Django added class-based and generic class-based views to help with code reusability while retaining function-based views. Classes, fundamental part of Python, OOP, inheritance. So one class can inherit attributes and methods from another. That means you don't have to include all the logic for a view in one place, but rather can abstract common patterns and then customize or extend them as needed. A thorough discussion of Python classes OOP is beyond the scope of this work. Still, official Python docs, excellent tutorial on classes and their usage. Once you have used generic class-based views for a while, they become elegant and efficient ways to write code. We can often generic, okay. Django codebase itself is primarily or shifted to primarily class-based deprecating Django 1.3, removed entirely 1.5. Results of these changes to Django over the years is that there are now 3 different ways to write a view in Django: function-based, generic function-based, function-based, class-based, and class-based. Understandably very confusing to beginners. Let's create a second web page for a company site using template view, a generic class-based view. This will be for an about page. This will be for an about page. That also takes advantage of the template context. Takes advantage of the template context and the Django templating language. This will be for an about page. That also takes advantage. Okay, of the template context. Django templating language. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Top of the views file, import template view from. Yeah, let's. Pages के view में जाना है. You asked me to put this view. Oh, it's a. Damn, it's a library class, so to speak. It's an even array. Template view. Generic class based view. Alright. Class about. Next update. Okay. Understood. Note the addition of the as you method that returns a callable view. Only fundamental difference in configuring URLs for class based versus function based. That this method must be out. Oh, fine. Badly. It's fine. The last step is creating a template file about HTML with your text editor. तो ये प्रोजेक्ट के टेम्पलेट्स में जाएगा. ठीक है. About dot html. You're working anything now? Make sure local server, yeah. Get context data. Okay. One of the most powerful, useful, and commonly used methods is get context data. Context. Super. Okay, I'm gonna need some help here. About page view, return context. It is the recommended approach for updating the template context in a generic class-based view. Alright, let's now use it to add context data to the about page. Fine. Q. Tools रहता. Why is this thing here? पर क्यों नहीं लिख सकते? लिंक अकाउंट यूज़ करते हैं. Is this note accurate? अबे हटना, नोट रे नोट. अबे don't think. I'm sorry. Has some accuracy issues. There are indeed function based and class based, generic class. 3 ways. And it's okay. Real restriction is function based use, class based use. Includes generic. Fine, big deal. It's not about the ability to common actual differences. Class based. Menu. Why is the बड़ा करना है इसको, क्या है ये? When you write views, you write yourself using classes, inherit from view, implement methods like get and post, generic class based, pre-built views that handle common patterns, reduce boilerplate. Both CBV and GCBV can use inheritance to use code. Inheritance is in there. Okay. Okay, this is inheriting or something, right? From template flow. So context, return context. Fine, ये कर दिया मैंने. Keyword elements. The next step is to set a variable called context. Working with a database. Can use a generic class based view. Like The template view is actually perfect for this. Template view में क्या होता है कि chapter is all about templates and views. We already covered a lot of information. Complete context क्या होता है, tags क्या होते हैं, हाँ that stuff, tags and filters and class based views. However, one more powerful feature of templates is that they can be extended. If you think about most websites, the same content appears on every page. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we as developers could have one canonical place for a header code that all the other templates would inherit? Well, we can. Within the templates directory, create base HTML. Perfect. I think we are talking business now. Kidding. Subparent template, which all other child templates will inherit from. Define what areas can be overridden, will use, okay, block content and block. Can be overridden in a child template, okay. Next. extend stack allows us to establish any change. So cute. इसमें क्या क्या किया हमने? In each place we specified seriously kind of canonical location for logic. In this case we want to reference a URL and its associated view once and only once. We want to reference a URL and associated view once and only once. To do that, we can take a name, we can add a name to our URLs. The path function accepts arguments path, root, the view, kvogs none, name is equal to none. By default, kvogs and names are set to none. We can update name here. Now, whenever we want to refer to a specific URL path, we can do so using the 830. Let's mention 830. Now, whenever we want to refer to a specific URL path, we can do so using the named URL in our template. Now, whenever we want to refer to a specific URL path, we can do so using the named URL in our template. Built-in URL nameplate tag, URL home, URL above. Ashain. Okay. Cool. So the actual value of the path is only stored in the URLs file. You don't have to keep addressing it everywhere else. So if the path changes at any point, you're just going to have to change the URLs file. I'm assuming that's the point. Like baki sab, it will get updated automatically. Alright, this is nice. I can do this. Pages URL. Name is equal to home. Come on, do your thing. Nice. Okay, fine. Named arguments. तो अभी बेस HTML में गए तो हाँ यहाँ पे हार्ड कोड किया है सीरी href equals okay this home and about. I also used it elsewhere ना नहीं path कहीं और यूज़ नहीं किया वैसे fine views में यूज़ what व्यूज़ में कहाँ किया है मैंने नहीं किया है व्यूज़ में I didn't mention the file I have to use, but I think it's fine, right? Okay, so this is gonna work. Still works. Perfect. Can I take a break? I want a break. Sure, I'll see you. Nidhi just texted me. I'll just talk to her.